Wherever and however you're watching, thank you for taking the time to watch MTHS News. Good morning, I'm Karime Moreno at the MTHS Center. We're taking you around the world today. The Central American country of Guatemala is where we start in today's show. Guatemalan people are a largely mixture of Spanish and Mayan blood. While many villagers are direct Mayan descendants, Guatemalan history was largely affected by the Maya civilization that lived throughout modern day for about 600 years. The multicultural Guatemalan society has directly influenced the country's customs, cuisine, and people. Guatemalan cuisine, for example, varies depending on the region. However, many traditional Guatemalan foods are based on Mayan culture, featuring ingredients like corn, chilies, and beans. The principal crop of the Maya culture was corn maize, which continues to be very important today. Other popular dishes in Guatemala include enchiladas, tamales, and quesadillas. Another important part of Guatemalan's culture is its music and fashion. Guatemalan people are known for the percussion bands featuring the marimba, which is a national instrument. Guatemalan fashion is also well known for its use of brightly colored yarn textile, capes, shirts, blouses, dresses, and skirts. This is another reflection of the Guatemalan history, as bright colored fabrics were very popular with the Mayan people. The present culture is vibrant, inspiring, and thriving. The Guatemalan flag consists of two sky blue stripes, which represents a land between two bodies of water, which are the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. The white stripe in the middle signifies peace and purity. The colors of the flag have their roots in the flag of the former Federation of the United Provinces of Central America. In the center of the flag is the Guatemalan coat of arms. The coat of arms consists of a shield with two rifles and two golden swords tied with laurel branches on a light blue field. There are also golden letters bearing the date of Central America's independence from Spain. Above there is the Quetzal bird, which is a symbol of independence. The current Guatemalan flag was adopted on December 26, 1997, making it one of the world's newest flags. The Maya civilization flourished in Guatemala and surrounding regions during the first millennium AD. After almost 3 years as a Spanish colony, Guatemala won its independence from Spain on September 15, 1821. During the second half of the 20th century, it experienced numerous military and civilian governments. In 1996, the government signed a peace agreement formally ending the internal conflict, which left more than 200,000 people dead and created about 1 million refugees. The Mayan civilization built inspiring temples, pyramids, and cities. They also formed a complex social and political order. Tikal is an ancient Mayan temple in the rainforest of northern Guatemala. Tikal grew into an important ceremonial, cultural, and commercial center over the centuries. Most of the city's huge temples were constructed during the 18th century AD, when Tikal became the greatest city in the Mayan world, with a population of about 100,000 people. Many of the remains in Tikal reveal the culture of this ancient civilization. The Mayan culture excelled in many different fields, and testaments of their achievements are found throughout the area. Today, descendants of the old Maya account for more than 50% of Guatemalan population.
10-second trivia.
The name Guatemala derives from which Mayan word? The name derives from the Mayan word Cuauhtemalan Nahuiki, meaning the land of trees. Guatemala is best known for the large expanses of lowland rainforest and highland pine forest, in an effort to combat the decay of the rainforest brought about by widespread slash and burn agriculture. The Guatemalan government created the Mayan Biosphere Reserve in 1990. The reserve is the northernmost tropical forest in the Western Hemisphere and the largest tropical forest in north of the Amazon, covering almost 10% of Guatemala's land area. The country is also home to rich mangrove forests on both the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. These saltwater tolerant environments are major breeding and life support grounds. The country is home to more than 8,000 higher plant species, 250 species of mammals, and 800 species of birds. Guatemala is often called the land of eternal spring due to its subtropical and tropical climate. During certain times of the year, the weather in Guatemala can be affected by tropical storms, humidity, and rain. Guatemala's weather and climate is affected by its geography. There are two major mountain chains in Guatemala, which essentially divide the country into three major geographical regions. The highlands, which is the mountain ranges, the Pacific coast, which is a region located to the south of the mountains, and the Petén, which is a tropical region to the north of the mountains. These three regions vary in climate and weather because of the differences in elevation and altitude, because the hot and the humid lowland areas and other cold and drier mountainous areas. There are also three recognized climate zones based on altitude: the temperature zone, the tropical zone, and the cool zone. In addition to altitude, there are also two main seasons: the dry, which is the summer, and the wet season, which is the winter. The Central American country of Guatemala has been going through a major crisis. Guatemala's criminal organizations are among the most sophisticated and dangerous in Central America. Some of them have been in operations for decades. They include former members of the military, intelligence agencies, and active members of the police. It starts from transporting illegal drugs to also being involved with human trafficking, kidnapping, extortion, money laundering, and arms smuggling. Riots have also been breaking out after an attempt to escape from the overcrowded government-run Center for Abused Teens. Such disasters put spotlight on failings in the Child Protective Services agencies, as thousands take to the streets to protest against the government. The fires began when mattresses were set during the protest. At least 22 girls have been killed. Relatives say abuse was common at the center, which is run by the Ministry for Social Welfare. Plagued by Latin America's highest rates of child malnutrition and street gangs, Guatemala has long been a traumatic place to grow up. Conditions in public institutions are often widespread overcrowding. 3 policemen have been recently killed and 7 others wounded in a string of attacks across Guatemala. Authorities said hours after a bloody gang riot in a juvenile detention center was put down in Central American nation. The assault in Guatemala City appeared to have been carried out by the Barrio 18 gang, one of 2 powerful gangs. A police spokesman in the capital said 13 gang members were arrested and authorities seized weapons including a grenade launcher, 5 assault rifles, and 4 pistols. Rising gang violence has made the country among one of the world's deadliest nations outside a war zone in terms of murder rates, driving away hundreds of thousands of people from their homes every single year. Today, Guatemala's government has declared a state of emergency in 2 cities bordering around Mexico and will send troops to fight drug trafficking groups that have been multiplied throughout the region. Guatemalan police have faced heavy gunfire and have been unable to enter the conflict area. Guatemala, much like its Central American neighbors, Honduras and El Salvador, serves as a key transit point for traffickers shipping illegal drugs from South America to the United States. The trade has plunged the region into a spiral of violence waged by cartels and criminal groups. As major trouble keeps rising in Guatemala, let's just hope that both officials and their president, Jimmy Morales, know how to appropriately handle these types of situations in a non-violent way. For more world news, keep updated with MTHS News. Thank you for watching. Until next time.